you ain't a gangster unless you get the video done by my nephew, dog.
What's up, y'all? It's Illusionary Films. I'm right here with Savage the Boss.
What's up, man? You here with Savage the Boss, man. Shout out Illusionary Films, man. Let's get it.
Alright, so at what age did you start being in the streets?
Man, shit. Okay, I think it was when I moved to Little Village in 2005. 2005, I moved out. We moved out here and shit. Ever since then, I was in trenches and shit. It was me, my brother, and my two stepbrothers. And we were always in the field all the time since a kid. 8 years old.
So before that, where were you?
Man, before, shit, we come from Texas. We come from like Mexico, all that shit. So I'm not from Mexico, but yeah, I got family everywhere from over there. But when we moved over here and shit, we came from Eagle Pass. We came from Eagle Pass, Texas. Moved over here. 1 year old. Stood over here. Ever since then, shit, this is all I know. Shit, we've been everywhere though. I lived up north. I lived over east. I lived in Indiana. I lived out west. I lived in Cicero, Berwyn, Chicago, all over Chicago.
Alright, so a question that everybody's been asking is, who was one of the first Latino rappers in Chicago?
Man, so the first one, shit, when I was a kid, shit, it was like, shit, in my opinion, I think it's Chain Dog. Chain Dog, he's one of the older heads and shit. He's the one that influenced me actually, like Gucci Mane, or Lil Wayne, all them niggas shit. He was rapping during the same era and shit. But yeah, he was the first one, and then came a new era. We were in 2014. Shit, it was me, Dinero T, Cali T, Magic. Shit, it was us first, and then after that, everybody seen us, and then they started rapping and shit.
Right, so since we're talking about Chain Dog, it's, he's free now. Is it true he was snitched on?
Yeah, low key, I think it was. I think it was real. All that shit, he dropped the paperwork, all that shit. I can't really speak too much about it, cause I mean that shit, it happened with me. But that's my nigga, I'm always have my niggas back and shit. So guaranteed shit, we don't honor that shit. We don't condone it, no rats. And a lot of these rappers, man, them niggas be rats, and that shit be fucked up. Cause niggas still be listening to the music and all that shit, so that shit crazy. But yeah, I mean, shout out my nigga though,
So when you first started rapping, was there a lot of Latin artists in the drill scene?
I mean, yeah, when I started rapping, let me see, there wasn't really a lot. It was mostly like the blacks and shit. Then you had a couple of, other people and shit. But then, like I said, me, Cali, Dinero, Magic, we started popping, and motherfuckers started listening to the Mexicans and shit. And then we just kept going from there. A lot of niggas just came out like, hey, fuck it, we gonna start rapping too. And then that's how that shit started going.
So what made you want to start making music?
I mean, shit, I always loved music since a kid. I was already a little kid. I was already 4 or 5 years old. I could remember all the songs, memorize them, know the lyrics. Then I would listen to like artists. I would just picture myself like, yeah, I want to be that nigga one day. And also shit, I would see a lot of like cypher videos. I would see like Tigger in the basement, all that shit. I would see the BET when that 106 in Park. I would see all that shit. Man, one day I'm gonna be on there. Then next thing you know, all that shit got shut down. I never got to be on that shit, but I know if I would've, shit, that shit would've been raw. Okay, that was my main thing. I always wanted to go on 106 in Park and BET. But yeah, that shit was raw.
So when did you first start? When did you first drop a song?
Shit, I dropped a song. My first song I ever dropped was like the beginning of 2012, somewhere around there. I dropped my first song. But my first music video I ever dropped was 2014. It was with me and Cali. We dropped Fuck the Fame, and shit, ever since then, that shit blew up. First day I hit about like 20, 30, 40K maybe, just the first day I was in it. We were in there, I'm not gonna lie, shit, that shit blew up.
So how did you and Kelly meet? Like, to make that song together?
Shit, man, we met. Man, believe it or not, I met Cali. Like I said, Cali was rapping before. Before anybody even knew us or anything, Cali was already rapping. Why you think his shit so like natural? Because he was already rapping before I even linked up with him. He was doing like different kind of music shit, not the drill shit, but I already knew that he could do any kind of music because I could hear it in him, and I would listen to his songs, run that shit back, yeah, let me hear that shit again. Then out of nowhere we started to link up, started getting on that trumbull shit, and then ever since then shit, motherfuckers just changed the whole thing. And yeah, shit, I linked up with Cali because of my homie and shit. My homie, Cali would go and record at his spot, and I went and recorded at his spot one day, and all of them niggas were right there and shit. And Cali would tell you too, I'm like, man, shit. Yeah, I met that nigga in the studio where we were dropping some shit, we recorded some shit, and then, yeah, ever since then, yeah, then some shit happened, we were doing like a little stupid ass, like, little rap beef and shit, and ever since then, fucking, we were doing like a little rap beef, but like, not me and Cali personally, it was like a little group, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
A little group of people, and we were just like going back and forth, but it wasn't like on no, like, drilling shit, it was just like mostly like studio type shit. And then ever since then, we're like, man, you know what? We ended up chilling with somebody else and linking up, and we ended up turning out trumbles. And we're like, man, you know what? Fuck it, let's make music together. We started making music together, and ever since then, shit, that's when all that shit took off.
So another question is, when are you and Dinero T gonna make another song? Or what about you and Kelly C? You just gonna have another song soon?
Oh yeah, most definitely, yeah. Shit, me and Dinero, Cali T, we locked in, man. We locked in. Even if we don't make songs together, you don't see videos dropping of us, but we locked in, bro. No matter what, dude, they're my niggas and shit. But fucking, we're gonna keep going, and shit, we just got a lot of shit on our plate right now. We ain't really, like, worried about the music right now, but yeah, we got some shit. We got some shit for you already.
So you started blowing up around the same time as your ops. Was there any rap beef in the beginning of the career, or, how was it?
Yeah, before, like, I would do like little, like, fuck a car up and all that shit. I would be on that shit heavy. And then out of nowhere, fucking, I was just like, man, you know what? Fuck these niggas. These niggas ain't on shit. So I just stopped all that shit. Stopped all that dissing shit. I ain't really gotta diss nobody no more, cause I ain't really doing that shit for clout. You give me like, these niggas out here rap beefing and shit. What about if a nigga actually sees you in public? Then out of nowhere you diss to this man, then you on YouTube beefing with this nigga, and now look at who they got for that murder. You feel me? So that's why I don't associate with none of that shit. Like, keep me out of that shit. I don't fuck around with none of that shit. Like, me, I'm just a nigga. Like, you see me in the streets, you know me. I don't fucking know you. So do something about it, and not just keep that shit pushing. You feel me?
So back in 2014, it looked like the Latin Kings were having, one of the biggest waves in Chicago for the Latino scene.
Yeah.
You think that if you just had labels to, back you up back then, you could have been big?
Yeah, so fucking, yeah, there was a lot of us, bro. There was a lot of us. So at the time, shit, there was too much talent, you feel me? And then it was two niggas always in charge of making sure everything was getting done with, like, manager-wise and all that shit. So it was like, it had to be a lot for them, because now that I see it, like, music is a lot. And we're talking about 2015, 2016, when shit was a little bit more easier. And now we, a couple years later, and shit, it's rough, man. It's, a lot of people ain't trying to promote no gun shit, no violent shit, no killing shit, no drill shit, because they already know what's gonna happen, at the venues and all that shit. So not a lot of people want to see that. So it's hard, bro. It's hard to get a street nigga like me booked in somewhere, you feel me? Because they already know that what's gonna come behind this shit. They gonna come and shoot the motherfucker up, you feel me? So it's hard. It's harder now. But if we would have had that backup, yeah, back then, more people, more bigger promoters, all that stuff, we would have been the biggest right now. We would have probably been one of the biggest, like, groups out there right now,
So, were you ever part of 360 Squad?
Yeah, I was fucking with them. The only thing that I was never signed to them, but I was fucking with them heavy. Like, those were my dogs, you feel me? Like, Like, no matter what, I'll still claim that shit, you feel me? Because at the end, we're still 360, you know? So I was still rocking with them. Like till this day, right now, like, every nigga who was in 360 Squad, I still fuck with them. Except one nigga that turned a bitch, you feel me? But other than that, like, them other niggas, like, I fuck with them, you know? I fuck with them heavy, you know?
Right. So, you know, back then, it seemed like out of all the Latin games, the Latin Kings had the most rappers blowing up. Or the most rappers altogether.
Yeah.
What's your opinion of that?
Yeah, we did. We did, and we always gonna have that because, like right now, like I have a whole bunch of artists that I have on my laptop right now that I recorded with, you feel me? And I haven't dropped none of the songs, but if you would hear, you know, their music, you would be like, man, you know what, fuck it. So every day there's a new artist out there that's recording with another brother or somebody else, and he's doing whatever he gotta do, you feel me? So yeah, there's more artists now, so I think we're still gonna be like the biggest out there. Like, that's not gonna stop.
Right. So, on another note, you ever notice how Inglewood has the BDs and GDs, and no matter what, if you're from one of those two sides,
Yeah.
you're gonna blow up? You ever feel like that's the same thing with Little Village, with the Kings and the 2-6? It's like automatically they're gonna blow up in views.
I don't think so, because you gotta be like have a good video. At least if you're gonna blow up, you gotta have at least either good video quality and music quality, or you gotta just have that one song that, man, they don't even give a fuck about that quality, you feel me? Like, if you have that one song that's gonna blow up, like just raw as fuck, they don't even care how it sounds, like, yeah, they're gonna blow up. But like, I really don't think, personally, nobody's really looking at that anymore. Right now, people want to hear that real shit. Motherfuckers are going through a lot of shit right now, so I know you don't want to hear about, you know, gangbanging shit right now. A nigga that don't gangbang, he don't want to hear about no gangbang shit. He wants to hear about some shit he's going through. So, in my point of view, like, nah, like, they probably won't blow up. They probably won't blow up because most of the time, the majority of the time, most gangbangers that are rapping, all they're rapping about is gangbanging shit. And that's about like half or maybe even more percent of whoever's rapping, you know, they're just rapping about gangbanging shit, killing shit. And then you got the rest that's just rapping about shit that you can feel, shit that you done been through. So, you feel me? Like, yeah, that's what I think.
So, what's your opinion on the Cholo scene? You feel like, you know, they run the Latino industry when it comes to hip hop?
I mean, yeah, I think they do, cause like I said, we're not gonna stop. You feel me? We're not gonna stop. We're gonna just keep going, and like that's just the Latino in us. Like, shit, we're not gonna stop, bro. We're just gonna keep going and going and going, no matter what. Like, so I feel like yeah, they're gonna take over. They got it. They're gonna keep pushing, and shit. I would rock with them heavy because I already know that they're about that shit, you feel me? In real life. Like, besides all that rapping shit, I know that they're really with that shit. I know that they're rapping about shit that's for real, you feel me? So, yeah, I think that, yeah, they got the chance to just blow up, you feel me? Like, and keep blowing up.
So let's say a Serrano or a Nathaniel hits you up and wants to collab with you. And, you know, since we don't got them in Chicago,
yeah,
they're like from other states. Would you collab with them?
I don't think so. Because I get a lot of people on IG and shit. They be a lot of ops, you feel me? And shit, they be sending like death threats. They be sending this. They be sending bullshit ass messages. So me, I just be like, man, fuck everybody here, you know. I want, like, me, the closest that I'm gonna do a song with an op is probably like a Stone, and that's not even an op, you feel me? That's just like another gang. But like, I really don't do songs with like other people, to be honest with you. I don't really trust people. I only do songs with motherfuckers that are known and shit like that. Even when people hit me up on IG, hey man, they be wanting to link up to the studio and all that shit, but I don't trust that shit. It's either you gonna send a deposit, I'm gonna send you the song back, and that's it. Send me my bread and that's it. But I ain't linking up with motherfuckers from the city, from other states, none of that shit, unless I know you or some shit, you feel me?
So, did you see the video of the Florida Kings beating up on 6ix9ine in LA Fitness?
Yeah, low key, I did see that shit. I found that shit funny. I found that shit funny because it was like, man, like, he's one of them niggas that I'm talking about. Like, them rapping niggas, they just be thinking that they could get away with shit. But then they don't think that a nigga really will get on that shit with them. So for it to be the brothers to get on that with them, it's like, yeah, like, salute to them brothers, you know, I'm on. But, like, I feel like 6ix9ine is just a little bitch, you know. He dissed O Block, and I feel like I took it not offensive, but in a way because he makes it seem like Chicago ain't on shit. Because O Block is in Chicago, so we might as well treat that nigga and show that nigga what Chicago really about. So if he would have came to Chicago, we would have caught that nigga. It would have been over with for him. It would have been worse than that LA Fitness. He would have been stretched out, low key. We would have did that to him. Yeah, low key. Go ahead. You can keep going.
Alright, so Lil Durk shouted out to 2-6 recently on the song he did with Member 600. How you feel about that, and you know how you feel about it since he had a lot of photos with the Kings back in the day?
I mean, shit. Like what I think, I don't think like he really cares. You know, he's just in it for the bread. He's in it for the views, all that shit. He don't really care about nobody or what they think. So. And in my head, it's like, does he even know 2-6? Like, in reality, does he even know? Like, is he just saying that shit just because it rhymed, you know? Because we all know that it's probably false because, you know, 2-6 ain't no stepper. So, first of all, that's how you know it's kind of, like, really not even true. Because that shit's dead. That shit's dry as hell. All I can say is, I mean, salute to Durk, but them niggas he shot it out, he ain't really on shit. Point blank. And this is coming from a Land King. Them niggas ain't on shit.
So, let's not forget, a few years ago, he also was going to sign Cali T to OTF.
And he should have, but he snoozed. He probably didn't. He probably didn't sign him because he probably wasn't trying to get on what he was worth. And that's good, cause my boy knows what he's worth. And shit. Like I said, man, my boy's one of the hottest. He's one of the hottest, and he's gonna be one of the hottest. He's gonna be one of the biggest. Trust me, he's gonna be one of the biggest. So that's his laws. He didn't want to sign him. Fuck it. He took an L. He should have signed him. He should have offered more. But it's cool. Fuck it. My boy gonna still go crazy. We're gonna go crazy. We're gonna turn the city up. Watch.
So, were you ever offered any contracts back then? You know, when you were hitting those 400,000 views, 100K views?
I mean, to be honest with you, I wasn't really getting no big ones. I would just get, like, people in the city that wanted, like, different managers and shit that would want, you know, tell me to join the shit. But I was really only rocking with two people. Like, I was rocking with 360 Squad. I was never signed to them. And I was fucking with my other homie and shit. From, he used to be from the same block as me and shit. But he was an older head. Well, he was being the manager and shit. He did help me out a lot too. You know, he looked out for me and shit. And yeah, but there was like other people who wanted to try to tell me to join the squad and shit, but I really didn't, you know, cause I was fucking with 360 Squad, then I was fucking with my guy, and then after that I took a break, and then shit, now we in the future now, you know, I'm just solo right now. I'm independent. I'm an independent artist.
So recently, you hit about 70K views on a song you did with Cali T and Lil Rito. You think you're starting to get your weight back?
I mean, shit. Yeah. I think I could have went harder on that song. It's just that song, I already had that shit rolling since like a couple years ago and shit, so I just decided to throw it. But if I would have went and wrote some shit from that same year, I think I would have went crazier. That shit would have probably went more, you know. It would probably hit 100K or probably even more, you know. But fucking, yeah, I think it most definitely, yeah, my niggas looked out. They came, killed that feature, both of them, you know. So shout out to them, shout out Lil Rito, and shout out Cali T, you know. They did the thing. But, you know, without them, you know that 70K, I don't think it would have hit, you know. And I appreciate them brothers, you know, for coming to look out and doing that feature with me.
So around 2016, you kind of stopped making music for a little while, and it wasn't just you; it was like Kelly T as well and De Niro. What happened?
You said that when I stopped the shit? When I
Yeah.
stopped rapping? Oh, okay. Yeah, bad shit. Yeah, it was just a lot of shit. I was just, different shit we was going through and shit. Like, and 2016 and shit, shit, reality hit, bro, I lost one of our homies, one of our main guys that we would chill with every day and shit, so ever since then, shit, my life just, like, flipped upside down. I just turned into a whole different person and shit. All that shit that I was doing before, man, I kind of slowed down. I stopped rapping, this and that. I stopped hanging with niggas, so I stopped trusting people, man. I stopped doing a lot of shit, man. I just fell back and started doing my own thing and shit. Ever since then, I just thought to myself, man, I'm gonna fall back for a little while, come back, I'll be extra decent, I'm gonna get my mind straight. And shit, ever since then, I just kept going, I stopped, took a little break, but now I'm back,
Alright, so what's your opinion of the drill scene as of right now?
Shit. Man, I think we're gonna blow up, man. I think we're gonna blow up. I think that we should've got, how before they used to have those old producers, and now we got new producers. And what I want to know is, like, what happened to the old producers? Like, what the fuck happened to them? Like, you got the niggas that were making, like, G Herbo's beats. You have a whole bunch of them, like, DJ L beats. You had, like, all them other niggas, that were doing them drill beats. And I just want to know, like, what happened to them, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't hear that shit anymore, like, them real raw beats. I just hear that fucking, them little weird-ass beats. Now, I don't hear the same beats anymore. So, if we get that back, then we should be back on track.
So who's your favorite artist as of right now?
So shit, for right now, shit, I got a lot, but shit, Big Walk Dog go crazy. Big Walk Dog go crazy, man. That's like the big artist, major artist, yeah, that's my dog and shit. And like in the streets, in the trenches and shit, I'll go with my dog Cali T, you feel me? I don't think nobody, got as much shit as him and some hot shit. Every shit that he's dropping is hot. Guaranteed.
What's your opinion of the drill scene in Little Village as of right now?
Shit, low-key, I think it kind of died out a little bit, but we're getting to the spot where there's new niggas coming up, so we're gonna get that back going and shit. But there's a lot of us, man. There's a lot of us, and we're gonna link up. We're gonna make songs together. We're gonna collab. You're gonna be seeing a lot of new videos with different artists and fucking some of the vet artists linking up and doing songs together. So yeah, it's merch. Trust me, I got a lot of shit with like Troubles and shit. I got some shit with with Rio. I got some shit with Cali T and shit that I haven't dropped. And shit, I'll link up with De Niro, we'll link up with him. I got some shit coming with King Jump Out, with Kato, shit, a whole bunch of niggas, you feel me? Like, we gonna get this shit going, man. With my nigga Goals, I got Lil Rito, shit, everybody, man, shit, everybody going, man. Trust me, everybody's gonna leave. We got this shit going.
Do you got any class with, like, from other parts of the city with the guys or other states?
I got one of my homies, man, my homie Diablo and shit. He's from, from Bush and shit, so. Yeah, he's from over east, but that's my main dog and shit. Him and his brother, man, I put my money on them niggas. Them niggas are gonna blow up too, you feel me? But hey, they don't really want to fuck around, but I'm trying to get them to that point, man. Let's get it, man. But shout out my niggas though, they know. Lil B and Diablo, man. You already know, let's get it.
So some of the new, Latino artists that hit 1 million views recently, let's say Trench Mob, Elvi the God, LA Tone, King Ace, how would you rate them?
I mean, shit, out of all of them, I mean, I don't really fuck with like Elvi the God and shit, cause like he op and shit. But not only that, like I don't really listen to the songs and shit. But fucking like Trans Mob and shit, like I'm not really like a fan of them either and shit. I don't really be fucking with them. I mean, they do got some songs that go crazy though. Shit, LV the guy got some shit that go crazy too, but I ain't really a fan of one though. You know, I'm Stone DK, so till the day I die and shit. I don't really fuck with, like I said, I will never collab with none of them niggas. I don't do a song with none niggas like that. I just fuck with nothing but brothers, or I'll do a song with like a Mo or some shit like that, but I won't do a song with like nobody else. But yeah, shout out my nigga Ace though, you know? That's my dog.
So would you work with any rappers from another state? For example, let's say Peso Peso, Sweet the Blue, or you know, any Latino rapper from out of town.
Yeah, shit, I'll work with them shit. And like I said, man, they ain't from my city. I mean, we don't really be beefing with niggas from other states and shit, cause like I said, I'm one of them niggas who, I'm in the city, I'm beefing with you. If you fucking hours away, days away from me, and I ain't really with that rap beef, you feel me? Like, we can wrap it up in traffic, you know? That's how I am and shit. But yeah, I'll link up with them most definitely. Hell yeah.
So, I think Little Village is the second most famous neighborhood in Chicago after Inglewood.
Yeah, I would say Inglewood, Little Village, Humble Park, and let me see, like you got like niggas like trench mob niggas and shit like that, and yeah, you got like a whole bunch of niggas from different areas and shit. Yeah, but yeah, I would say yeah, we one of the top ones. Yeah.
Right. So back in 2020, the riots were happening. Little Village was a big topic because the Latino gangs were all busted outside, you know, protecting businesses. But the internet was trying to make it a race thing. What's your opinion on it?
I mean, yeah, it wasn't like on no racist shit. It was just like shit. They were like, you got different races coming over here trying to snatch shit from our families and shit. Like, they gotta understand that that's our families and shit. Those are some of those businesses are our shit. You feel me? Like, you're not gonna come over here and just try to take shit and run away with our shit. You feel me? Like that. Not personally mine, but you got our families that are working there. You feel me? They work their ass off for you to come and try to take shit. And just like right now, we got motherfuckers that are sticking up people that are selling fucking tamales and shit like that. Like, nigga, come on, get a life, man. These niggas ain't on shit. They only come out like when niggas are sleeping and shit. They want to rob an old ass lady and an old ass man. And this is not only for blacks, whites. This for Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, anybody. I don't give a fuck who it is. You feel me? Like you come to our hood, man, you already know what the fuck, what's gonna happen. Like, what do you think is gonna be sweet? Like, we're just gonna let that shit slide? Like, hell no. And it wasn't just about no racist shit, cause I know, you know, like motherfuckers was bringing it up that it was racist, but hell no. We don't go and do that shit in y'all hood, man. Just don't come and do that shit over here, you feel me? Cause y'all already know what's gonna happen. Y'all seen what happened.
So around the end of the, you know, that little war, Bodil came with the molds to help, you know, unite the Mexicans and the blacks together.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I mean, shit, it was just a message, you feel me? Just to show that it wasn't no racist shit. It was just a stand, you feel me? Like, motherfuckers gotta understand, you get me? They gotta understand that what the fuck it was really about. It was just about defense, you feel me? Motherfuckers is not going, you know. We Latinos, like I said earlier, like, we're not gonna go. We're not gonna just hand you our shit that we work hard for. Like, you better, you know, you better put a couple on my head, bro. Ain't nobody gonna take shit from me, bro. Like, hell nah, not dead. And not like if I'm, man, the only way you're gonna take something is if you're gonna, you know, if you're gonna shoot some shit. You ain't gonna just take something from me, bro. Like, hell nah, especially not the families, and you got an old lady that you stealing from. Hell no, nah, we ain't going over here. We ain't for that.
So that same day that Bodil came to, you know, Little Village, FG Doug posted a video on Instagram saying for all the blacks to unite and slide the Little Village for war. Did it happen? What's your opinion on knowing that, you know, knowing that, also knowing that he was cool with the Kings too?
Yeah, I feel you, because I mean, I was out there, I would see shit, you know, like, you got a couple black motherfuckers that will come over, you got a couple Mexican motherfuckers that will be on bullshit. It was just like just drunk motherfuckers, and then you got niggas that's just trying to steal, you get me? So it was just a whole whole mix-up, you get me? It was not even about a racist shit, it was not about a race thing, it was not about Like none of that. It was just about, like I said, man, we were just trying to send you guys a message and send like everybody a message. Send everybody a message, bro. This is not about no racist shit, cause we ain't racist over here. We got King brothers that are black. We got niggas that are Puerto Rican. We got people that are white. Shit, we don't give a fuck. We got niggas that are Asian. Shit, fuck it. We don't give a fuck what color you are, what race you are, but just stand on your shit and that's it. But yeah, it wasn't about no racist shit. Just to be clear on that shit. Let's get it.
So, do you plan on having any new concerts soon?
I mean, yeah, like I said, man, shit. We trying to get big. We're gonna be big. We're trying to get back on it. But the only thing is like I said, that right now, people are not trying to book street niggas. You feel me? They're trying to book people that they gonna make bread off, and off of street niggas, they know it's like a 50-50 chance that motherfuckers gonna come and shoot that bitch up. So it's like we gotta be. I mean, as a promoter, you got to be careful on how you put your money and where you put your money, because you got to remember that you're not going to go there by yourself. There's a whole bunch of niggas that are going to be behind you. All it takes is for one stupid motherfucker to do something, and that's it. You know, you lose all your money on the venue and promoted all that shit, and so it's like you're taking a loss. So maybe, or you could win some money, and then not only that, it's like you got a chance where motherfuckers gonna show up and just fuck up the venue, you know? So it's like, I really don't fuck with shows too much, but I'll do shows, you know, if I have to and shit. If I have to, I'll go really on tour and shit like that, but I don't really fuck with the city. You know, motherfuckers be on some snake shit, you know? Like, we had to slam niggas out. And that's what niggas want and shit. Motherfuckers slam me out on camera and shit, like some rats, you feel me? Like, that shit be crazy. Yeah.
Alright, well, that's all for the interview. But me and Savage the Boss, we got a music video coming soon.
Yeah,
so you better check that shit out.
Yeah, you already know, man. Shit, shout out all my niggas, man. Free all the guys. This shit just ain't nothing, man. It's just a couple little questions, man. I'ma answer them and shit, but you already know what the fuck it is, man. Shout out everybody who rocking with me. Shout out Illusionary Films. Shout out all my guys, man. Gang, Savage the God.